Excuse me, do you know why it takes them so long? No, I don't know. Okay. Damn it. Have you ever been in this kind of situation? Maybe in grocery stores or amusement park, or maybe when you were working on something, you start feeling this impatience growing in you, and you're just like, why do they have to care about it? About because not being impatient? I mean, and what does it do anything with video making, photography, or marketing? Because being impatient has its own pros and cons. It can disrupt your focus while you're working on gaining the valuable skills such as video making, photography, marketing, and that usually takes a lot of time. Or it can, he's probably right, make your choices irrational. If those were good reasons, then keep watching this video. So when I was making this video, I decided to research the psychology behind impatience. Looking at this website, Web Psychology Today, and author looks at the impatience as adaptive syndrome. Doesn't know that. So researching right here about this thing, and in this article, and in this article, Jim Stone decided to define impatience as an adaptive syndrome, answering to these questions: in what conditions does it rise? What triggers it? And what actions does it motivate? In order to answer these questions, the author analyzed his own behavior when he was waiting impatiently in a line, and then he used some general examples from lives of other people to refine the definition of impatience. I don't want to go into details, so if you want to read about it, I left the link in the description below, so after video you can go and just check it out and read all of that. So as a result, he came to the following conclusions. We suffer impatience when we have a goal, we have accepted certain cost, including opportunity cost, for reaching the goal. We learn that it's going to cost us more than we thought to reach the goal, and as a result we start looking for ways to avoid having to pay those extra costs. And that makes perfect sense for me, in my opinion. Jim Stone showed that impatience is a natural and physical process, and he actually showed that patience is the lack of impatience, neither vice versa. So impatience as a default in us. It's just a matter of if it's triggered or not. We have that emotion. Maybe we gain it because of society, with improvement, technological improvement. The more things we have to do, the more options we have, the more impatient we started growing. Actually, that's what he was saying in that article too, so just go and check it out. Or maybe we're born with that emotions, I'm not sure. But that makes perfect sense for me. And by the way, the opportunity cost is the value that you could have gotten for doing something else. So I started thinking about myself when I'm doing something, or when I'm learning something, or gaining some, developing some skills. For example, I want to develop excellent video making skills. I think I should learn this much, but later I realize I have to learn this much. And as the result, I start thinking about other things while I'm doing all of that. I'm thinking about things that I could have spent my time on, and that's what makes me impatient. Actually, that's not the only reason I have. I think I get impatient when I start comparing myself and my work with other creators that are way ahead of me. Even though I understand that they spent a lot of time and energy to be that good, but I still want to be at that level as soon as possible. So being impatient actually harms me, makes me anxious, makes me overthink everything. It disrupts my focus and causes procrastinations or even just waste of time on thinking about something else or how I'm not good enough and all that. It actually harms me to being impatient. I have all these thoughts in my head that just doesn't let me focus. So after reading a couple of articles on how to be less impatient, I found Jim Stone's advice more helpful for me than all other articles. And since we have all this knowledge about psychology of the impatience, according to Jim, we can tackle this problem pragmatically. So first, he suggests to reduce exposure to the triggers. We get triggered when we are aware of increased cost. Therefore, it's smart to isolate yourself from the new opportunities and new information that's coming from outside. So it's a good idea when you are dedicating 1 hour of video making practice to turn off your phone or to put on don't disturb mode, delete some distracting apps on the desktop of your computer, and set a rule for yourself that you won't check any of your devices. Secondly, sometimes, unexpected situations happen that you can't control, or thoughts come into your mind that you can't control. In this situation, Jim Stone suggests to change your response to the feeling of impatience. And it's actually not that hard. Just sit back, take a deep breath, and think how the cost how the cost of achieving that goal have risen. And when you understand that, just calmly decide if you want to, or if you're going to throw away that goal, change the goal, switch it, or find a shortcut, or settle in and come to peace with the situation. And I have my own little advice when, for example, thoughts come into your mind when you're trying to develop your photography skill or video making, or if you are reading about it, or you're reading some marketing material. If the thoughts come up with your mind that distracts you from that, just write it down, let it out, and save it for later. You'll worry about it later, you'll read it, paper will take it. And that actually helps me to get that weight out of my mind. At the end, I want to say that we all have to slow down, because not everything is a race. Everything takes time. Learning video making, photography, becoming best marketer, becoming UFC fighter, becoming a good student, anything takes time. So we just have to relax and enjoy the process. That's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. That was actually cool. Am I talking with myself? Oh, hell yeah, I'm talking with myself. Who am I supposed to talk with? I don't have anybody. Maybe this thing, but he doesn't talk. Did somebody notice that I called that thing he when I had to call it it, I, it? Okay, whatever. Bye.